notes for the drum set. Most drum set players never learn to read notes. There's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of great musicians in the world who can't read music. Evidently, Paul McCartney of the Beatles can't read music. Danny Elfman, who is a famous score composer for The Simpsons and various other huge movies, evidently has some challenges reading music. And there's two people that clearly did a beautiful job creating music without being able to read music. My perspective is, if you can read music and understand you understand what you're doing. And if you ever join a drum line or be a part of an advanced band that uses notes, you're going to have to be able to follow along with them. Okay? Most people who play the drum set are like, I just play beats, man. That's all I do. You know, and that's fine. But I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you 3 most common types of notes for the drum set. And hopefully you can have an open mind and you can see that it's very simple. It's not that difficult to understand notes for the drum set. Okay? The 3 most common kinds of notes are the quarter note, looks like a black dot with a stem. The 8th note, looks like a black dot with a stem and a sideways flag. And the 16th note looks like a black dot, a stem, and 2 sideways flags. Okay? Quarter note, 8th note, and 16th note. I have put all 3 notes into the music reading printing notes in the beginning of the lesson. So you can take a look. If you've never seen one before, you can make a connection. And when you do make that connection between notes and what it sounds like, then you'll start to get it. Then it'll start to make sense for you. Okay? Quarter notes are what we used on the hi-hat for Rock Beat 1. Okay? Usually when you tap your foot to the beat of a song, that is the quarter note. Not always. That can change, but more often than not, when you tap your feet to the beat of a song, that is the quarter note in the song. Okay? 8th notes are going to be exactly twice as fast as that. Exactly, not kind of. Okay? So if I have quarter notes on the hi-hat, the snare drum is now 8th notes. I'm playing together plus 1 extra note in between. Okay? Now at that same tempo, 16th notes would be I was putting an accent on the quarter note. Okay? Now once you see it and put your math hat on, it'll start to make a lot more sense. I really started to understand notes when I was the drumline captain in high school, and I had to write out the parts for the drumline, and I had to understand notes to do that. So if you write out some notes, just for fun, you'll find that it will really help you understand the relationship. Okay? A quarter note is exactly half the speed of an 8th note. Or if we flip-flop that around, an 8th note is twice as fast as a quarter note. Okay, it's just simple division. It's pretty easy stuff once you start to connect it to what the drum set sounds like. Okay? So, don't be afraid of notes. Just put your math brain on a little bit and you can put it all together. You can make it make sense for you and your drumming on the drum set.